Hi all, welcome to TechRunner. Today our video is about AWS Code Commit. Code Commit is a fully managed service by AWS, and it is a fully managed source control service that hosts secure Git-based repositories. So in this video we'll be providing details such as introduction, advantages, and how to set up Code Commit repository in AWS account. So let's jump into the introduction. AWS Code Commit is a fully managed service by AWS to store any kind of data such as source code, application binaries, and documents. AWS Code Commit is built on Git, and you can use your existing command to operate your code commit as well. So you might have observed that like you need to put lot of effort and a lot of time for managing your source control system. There are many people who host their own source control system, and they do the software patches, and they do the scale the server whenever there is number of requests or number of requests or number of users are increasing to the system. So we have to put lot of effort for doing all this kind of operation. So code commit eliminates all these need to operate and their own system, and no need to worry about the infrastructure. AWS provide different level of features of security. The security is applied both as well as the repository side as well as the user based level. So let's jump into the advantages of using code commit. As I said before, code commit is fully managed by AWS, so we don't need to worry about the infrastructure and the resource outages, etc. And next one is the data stored securely. There are two ways of accessing the code repository data. One is using HTTPS and one is using SSH. And these both the two methods have the encryption is enabled during the transit level. So the next question will be like what will happen to the data when it's not under transit or when it is under rest. So AWS has enabled the data encryption at the rest. So whenever the data is not used during that time, the data inside the repository will be encrypted. Code commit allows you to work collaboratively with your team. So yeah, code commit allows you to work collaboratively with your team. So you can create your own branches, and it can be merged with any other branches as per the like your project requirements, and you can set up your own rules for how it can be measured, how it can be pushed to the different environments. So this allows you code commit allows you to create this kind of rules in the repository and work collaboratively with other team members. Code commit allow you to store any kind of data, so there is no any restrictions such as like you can store only this particular format of data in code repository. This allows you to have keep any kind of documents. You can keep your application binary, you can keep your code repo, any kind of file into the code commit repository. Code commit can be integrated to any kind of third party application. Migration is really easy when you use any Git-based repositories. So if you use if you host your own Git repository server, so the migration of your own code repository, it is very easier and it is straightforward to code commit. Code commit works on Git, so you can use your existing commands to work with code commit. No need to learn any new sets of command in order to push and pull your data. And next is regarding the pricing. The pricing is $0 when you if you start your code commit with your first 5 users, and this allows you to have unlimited repos and 50 GB of storage or 50 GB of storage of data in the repository, and you can have 10,000 Git request to the repository. And additional to that, when you start with creating new users other than the first 5 users, you will have the unlimited repository creation, and the next it will be the 10 GB amount of storage you will be obtaining for the user, and you will have around 2000 Git requests per month, and additional plus additional 5 additional user from the first 5 users will be charged $1 per user per month. So now let's pitch into how to set up a Git code commit repository. Hi, then let's pitch into how we can create a code commit repository. In order to do that, you have to log into AWS console. So as you can see, I have logged into my AWS console, and just click on this AWS services and search for code commit. Okay, now you can see the dashboard of code commit. Just click on create repository and provide the repository name. I'm just adding it as project 1, and if you need, you can add a description for that, and that is an optional here. And if required, you can enable Amazon Code Guru. It's a reviewer, like it checks the code quality and it will provide you the recommendation as per your source code which is uploaded in the code commit repository. So right now I'm not enabling the code Amazon Code Guru. I'm just creating without enabling that. I'm just clicking on the create. So now you can see that my project is created, I mean the repository. So here we have 3 different steps, 3 different methods you can access the repository. One is HTTP and one is SSH, and another one is HTTPS GRC. So here I am going to use SSH method for accessing my repository. So in order to do that, I need to upload my SSH public key to the IAM console. So let's go to the IAM console. I'm selecting my user. Here my username is TechRunner. And if you go to security credentials, you can see a place to upload your SSH key. So here there is an option to SSH upload your public key. Click on upload SSH public key, and for that you need to generate your SSH public key. You have to generate your SSH key for that, both public and private. And I am using Linux machine as my operating system. So execute this commands SSH keygen. This will create you the SSH public and private key for that. So I am uploading my SSH key. My SSH public key name is s.ssh.id.rc.pub. I am copying paste what are the contents inside the public key to here, and just click on upload SSH public key. So you can see that my SSH public key got uploaded here, and this is your SSH key ID. So you just need to copy this key ID, and you have to do one more configuration in your .ssh config file. So you can navigate into .ssh folder in your machine, and here you can see there is a config file. If it is not available, you can create by manually. Open that file and copy this contents into the config file, and replace this user ID with the SSH key ID. So here you can get the SSH key ID, copy that and paste it here corresponding to the user section, and please mention what is the path for your the private key. So in my case it is id.rsa under my root directory.ssh folder, and you have to put the host as this will be the post. So I will be adding this content in my description box. You can check it over there. So once you have done with this, you have to attach a policy for the IAM user in order to have access to the code commit repository. So in order to do that, select the user and click on the permissions and click on add permission and just attach the existing policy. So by default, AWS has created a few policies for related to AWS code commit, which have full access, power user, and read-only access. So you can choose whatever predefined policies provided by AWS, or else you can create your own policy and you can attach the same to the respective user. So here I am going to attach the power user policy to the Tech-Runner user. So I'm searching with code commit power user, and the policy is going to attach to Tech-Runner user. So now you can see that the code commit power user policy is attached to the user called Tech-Runner, and just navigate to code commit dashboard page again, and now click on the repository URL. So as I said, I have done some few configuration .config file, right? So the same content you can select it over here as well in the code commit dashboard page itself if you select your operating system. So each operating system has different configurations, so you can select as per your so now the next step is to clone your repository. So if you go here, if you select your operating system, I'm selecting my operating system as Linux, and you already know that we have completed all these steps, and now we are going to clone our repository. So click on this copy button, so the URL will be copied. So now go to your desired directory where you want to clone. So I'm going to temp, and I am going to paste this URL, and I am naming it as Tech-Runner folder. So now you can see that my project has been cloned to my local system, and you can see a warning saying that you have appeared to be cloned as an empty repository. Don't worry about that because we don't have any content inside the repository, so that's why you are getting this warning. Now click Tech-Runner, navigate to you, so you can see that right now my branch is master. So just touch file, and let's push into the repository. let's push that file. Okay, now you can see that that file got pushed to the code repository. Now just refresh the page and just click on the repository again. Now you can see the test file which is all got pushed to the our newly created repository called project1. So here you can see that. So by this we are ending this video. We'll be coming with the new videos on code commit. So please subscribe and stay tuned. Thank you.